We are taking you to the beautiful city of Arles in Provence in the south of France, arriving by train. Fortunately, the train station is quite close to the old town. It's about a 400-meter walk in pretty much a straight line, so you don't need a taxi or a bus, just walk on your own 2 feet. Through the gates on the old wall that goes around Arles. Arles is most famous for its Roman amphitheater, still intact, and its connections with Van Gogh, who spent one of his final years here painting 200 canvases. Its real appeal, however, is found in the lovely pedestrian promenades, the historic landmarks, museums, and tranquil plazas, all of which make Arles one of the most charming places in Europe. There's a lot of these narrow streets in Arles. There's a small pedestrian zone. There's the various squares and the cafes around it, of course, and historic sites. Next to the arena, you'll notice an outdoor theater, which is a modern reconstruction of the Roman building created here 2,000 years ago for the Emperor Augustus. Enter the vaulted lobby of the old city hall, built in 1675 according to plans by the famous architect Jules Hardouin Mansart, who left his mark all over Paris. The main square, called the Place de la Republique, which contains all of the principal structures, the ancient church, city hall, obelisk centerpiece with fountain flanked by shopping lanes. We're in the main square of the Place de la Republique. Plenty of shops around it, bars, cafes, and restaurants everywhere. The map shows the little route we're taking through some of the main lanes of the pedestrian zone. It's very much a shopping center. It goes for about 8 blocks long and maybe 5 blocks wide, so it's really quite a big area. Some lanes are only for pedestrians, which makes it very comfortable. Christian Lacroix is a native of Arles, so it figures he'd have a major store here. We were lucky to be in Arles on a Saturday morning when the big market is going along 2 main streets, the Boulevard des Lycées and Boulevard Clemenceau. And this market is one of the biggest in all of France. It goes for 2 kilometers. That's huge. And there's a tremendous variety of foods, as well as clothing, bric-a-brac, and great people watching. Every sizable town has a street market at certain days of the week. In Arles, it happens several days, and we're here on a Saturday morning. It's an especially large market. There's all sorts of foods, cheeses, breads, fruits and vegetables, chickens, everything you can imagine, as well as some clothing, some accessories, some hardware, outdoor shopping mall. You might pick up some fresh fruits as a snack, but even if you're not purchasing anything, it's always a delight to wander through a local food market, especially when you're in Provence, in such a beautiful outdoor setting with the open air and lots of locals streaming around. There's flowers for sale, colors everywhere. It's just a great spot to visit and to take a lot of pictures. Olives are the heart of the Mediterranean cuisine and come in a wide variety of sizes, shapes, colors, and textures, and many different kinds of olive oils and tapenades to go with it. Short note on market etiquette: it's best to not touch the food directly, but instead point to it and the vendor can hand it over to you. Sometimes you'll get a free sample. The French love their cheese. And a lot of the cheese is not pasteurized, so it's fresh and retains full flavor. Not so fresh that the goat is making cheese on the spot, but his owner is proud to show him off. If you get tired of just looking at the food, keep on walking along the street, and it turns into a variety market selling clothing and furniture, hardware. You can get knives and pots and pans and all sorts of things down the lane under the trees. So keep walking and keep looking. You'll see a few pieces of furniture for sale, but if you're looking for the antique market, you've got to come on the first Wednesday of the month, just one day a month, and there's a specialty in regional antiques. You'll easily find the market. It's on the south edge of the old town, particularly along Boulevard Clemenceau. Cross the busy boulevard and plunge back into the historic center, which brings you into another main square, the Place du Forum. which is probably the most popular plaza for eating and drinking with its charming bistros and cafes. Place du Forum has a 4-star hotel, which would be an excellent lodging choice. Named after the ancient Roman Forum, which extended from here back towards City Hall a few blocks away, walk a few hundred yards west to the ancient Roman Baths of Constantine. These are about the only significant Roman ruins in the old town of Arles. They were built in the 4th century at the peak of the Roman Empire. We photographed this program during the month of November, which, as it turns out, is a great time to visit the south of France. The weather was cool but not cold, and the towns and sites were never crowded, but everything was open so you can fit in like a local. If you are in Arles during the off-season, that's from October through April, the atmosphere is extra peaceful. You can enjoy the calm scene without anybody else in the way, as the town comes to life with local people. In the summertime, naturally, there will be more tourists in the streets, but you can get up early any time of the year and find some tranquility. But in the off-season, it's great night and day. And when you're done with your visit, it only takes 5 minutes to walk from the edge of Arles back over to the train station.